Let's be real, Canada's real estate market is more unpredictable than ever. Home prices are softening in some markets, rents are rising in others, and tightening investor margins. If you're trying to build or scale a portfolio right now, you're not just watching the market, you're watching Ottawa too. And for good reason, because the next federal leader will shape how you invest, borrow, build, and profit for the next decade. So here's the real question every serious investor is asking. Who's actually better for real estate, Pierre Poilievre or Mark Carney? I'm Darren, and in this video, I'll break down exactly how each of them could impact your investment strategy, with real policies, not political fluff. Let's start with the first and probably the most impactful. 1. Capital gains deferral, Poilievre's game changer. Pierre Poilievre is proposing a Canada First reinvestment tax cut. In simple terms, sell an investment property, reinvest the gains into another Canadian asset like another property, a business, or even stocks, and you don't pay tax immediately. That's a deferred capital gains tax. Similar to the 1031 exchange in the US, a tool American investors use to scale big and fast. Instead of handing a fat check to the CRA, you keep more capital in play, compounding your growth faster. That means bigger portfolios, faster reinvestment, and more flexibility. Carney, on the other hand, no policy yet on this. Nothing investor-specific in terms of capital gains optimization. Here, Poilievre takes the win. This one policy could change the game for long-term investors. 2. Interest rates and mortgage access. Let's talk about borrowing, because if you're in real estate, you're in the money game. Poilievre has been vocal about curbing government spending and aiming to bring inflation under control. Less inflation pressure could help bring long-term rates down. Here's the kicker. He's proposed expanding access to alternative lenders and reforming mortgage rules to give Canadians more ways to qualify, especially those locked out by CMHC's current guidelines. On the flip side, Carney's background as a Bank of Canada governor means he leans towards stricter fiscal control, which could mean tighter lending rules and less flexibility for everyday investors. Again, Poilievre's side leans investor-friendly. If you want more content focused on Canadian real estate from an investor's perspective, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with one other investor you know. We're building a community of informed, strategic investors across Canada, and we want you in it. Now, let's keep going. 3. GST on new construction. Will you save or pay more? Poilievre wants to eliminate GST on new home builds up to $1.3 million, including investor-owned projects. That means lower development costs, better margins, and more room for profitability. It's a policy aimed at both supply and affordability, but it directly benefits builders and investors alike. Carney's team is pitching a GST exemption too, but it's limited. Only applies to first-time buyers on homes under $1 million. No benefit for investors, multifamily, or build-to-rent models. Here, Poilievre's policy delivers immediate value to pre-construction and small multifamily investors. 4th, housing supply strategy. Poilievre's approach? Incentivize cities to build or lose federal funding. He's also pushing for federal buildings to be converted into homes, unlocking government real estate for private development. Carney favors a federal home builder approach, more centralized and focused on affordability, but potentially slower and less rewarding for private investors. More centralized but slower and more focused on affordability, not investor ROI. Both want to solve the housing crisis, but only one is pushing private sector incentives with investor opportunity baked in. So if you want to build, scale, or flip, Poilievre's supply model gives you more tools. 5th, red tape and approval speed. Poilievre has been hammering on regulatory reform, calling out how long it takes to get permits, zoning changes, or development approvals. His plan? Simplify the process, cut timelines, remove barriers for small and mid-sized builders. Carney believes in a more long-term, sustainable approach to development, which often comes with more oversight and more steps. If speed matters, and let's be honest, it always does in real estate, this could be a game-changing shift. Poilievre is pushing for less red tape, not more. So, what does this all mean for you as an investor? If you're a real estate investor trying to grow in today's market, especially if you rely on leverage, pre-construction, or rental income, Poilievre is the candidate offering policies that align most closely with your goals. Is he the perfect candidate for every scenario? Probably not. But if your focus is ROI and growth, he's speaking your language. But if you want tax deferrals, expanded financing access, and a friendlier development pipeline, those are the policies he's bringing to the table. Carney might appeal more to institutions, long-term planners, or those looking for housing reform. But for the boots-on-the-ground investor, Poilievre's toolkit is built for action. Let's get the conversation going. Who's your pick to lead Canada's real estate future, Poilievre or Carney? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to stay ahead of what's happening in Canadian real estate, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the conversation. We're just getting started. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.